We don't know what life holds or what tomorrow holds, and things that relate to our lives and how things go. We don't know about tomorrow, even much less another year down the road. And so Psalms 90 and 12 says, teach us to number our days, we may apply our hearts unto wisdom. Everybody knows that. Preached on that not too awful long ago. And so the thought comes as I preached when I mentioned that we don't know how long we've got, so let's use the time that we've got, right?
Right.
Make use of the time that God has given to us. We might be able to do His will. And it's just not how that we make a lot of money, we put a lot of money in the bank, or we do a lot for retirement. We have vacation, number our days. I only got so many days I can do this, so many days I can do that. But have we done all the things we should do? Been the light, been the witness, been the individual that God would have us to be. Good thing about God is we can start fresh every day. Amen. We can start fresh today. And so I messed up, failed, come short. Well, good. Get over it. Ask God for forgiveness. Amen. And go on. Get up. A righteous man falls 7 times. He falls 7 times because first time he falls, he gets back up. Second time he falls, he gets back up. 7 number of perfection. That's the idea behind that. But the sinner, he falls into wickedness, right? And he doesn't get back up. So he stays there. And so the point is to keep getting up, right? Amen. Keep getting up. Brush yourself off. Ask God for forgiveness. And go on from that. I want to read my heart verse, my life verse, if you will. We mentioned about it before. Psalms 19 talks about it. And I want to start with verse 8 and read down just a little bit. The statutes of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. The fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. The judgments of the Lord are true and enlightening the eyes. The fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. The judgments of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. More to be desired are they than gold, yea, than much fine gold, sweeter also than honey and the honeycomb. Moreover, by them is thy servant warned, and in keeping of them there is great reward. Who can understand his errors? Question. Cleanse thou me from secret faults. Those things I know about, those things I don't know about, revealing to me. That's what David prayed. Keep back thy servant also from presumptuous sins. Let them not have dominion over me. Then shall I be upright. Then I shall be innocent from the great transgression. And then verse 14, my life verse. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. Yesterday was my birthday. How many knew that? It wasn't needful for a show of hands. But I thought about how that God has blessed for 65 years that I've had, and I wanted to make mention of it. I've been saved for 47 years, and I've been preaching for 41. And I thank God for all the time that He's given to me and being able to share His love and His mercy. And I could not imagine not being in the house of the Lord each time the door is open, and the privilege and the ability and the opportunity is given to me. So I thank God for my life. And I thank God for the people that God has put in my life that have been to be a part. One of the greatest things in this world is to have good family and good friends. And people you can count on, people that you know pray for you, that you can go to in your time of need. And so I thank God for my life. I thank God for my wife and my children, for the things that God has loved us with. And I put it like that because I believe He has blessed abundantly in the things that mean so much to us as human beings. This last week I thought about significance, and we want to know whether our lives mean anything, right? I mean, that's one of the human things that we go through. If I should die today, would I be remembered tomorrow or next year? Would it be something that people actually recognize that I'm gone? And so that was the idea I had, is does my life have significance this last week? And it's as you reach milestones, didn't really think much about 65. It's used to be retirement age. And I think that's why that's kind of the notable miracle age. But I can't retire fully until 66, and unless they get things real cheap, not even then. And so there's no telling when a person can retire, which is one thing about it. God's been good.
Amen.
And I thank Him for how good He's been, for how special He's been as a friend. A friend that sticks closer than a
Sure, amen.
Who has a song or testimony?
Well, my title this morning is "Turn Away from Your Past and Let God Hold Your Future."
Amen.
If you will, turn with me to 1 Corinthians chapter 3. And verse 14 through 15. Verse 14 says, "If any man's work abide which he hath built thereupon, he shall receive a reward. If any man's work shall be burned, he shall suffer loss, but he himself shall be saved, yet so as by fire." We need to burn our past, no matter all these bad things in our past. God has a much better future ahead of us.
Yes, thank you, Lord.
Have faith in Him and trust in Him and let Him direct our future.
Blessing God.
For Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding."
Amen.
In all thine ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct thy path.
Amen.
We need to just trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and just with all of it, not just a little bit. Well, I might do something little just for you, but we need to do everything that God has us to do, because everything that God has us to do is the right way and the only way.
Amen.
God is the only way. There is no other way to heaven. There is no other way but through the Son.
Right.
Amen.
Thank you, Lord.
We need to just always have faith in Him with no matter what we do, and instead of doing it our way and going towards our own understanding, we need to do it with God's understanding. All we need to do is just do God's way instead of not our way.
Right.
And He shall direct our paths. We just need to have faith in Him, because we need to acknowledge Him for all the things that He's done for us, because He's done a lot in my life, and He's done a lot in Pat Paul's long life. Just we need to always have faith in Him through no matter what we go through. And if you will, turn with me to John chapter 16.
Thank you, Lord.
And verse 13, and it says, "Howbeit, when He, the Spirit of truth, is come, He will guide you into all truth. For He shall not speak of Himself, but whatsoever He shall hear, that shall He speak, and He will show you things to come." He will guide you into truth. He won't guide you into sorrow, and He won't guide you into all these things. So just have faith in Him and be patient through all the many storms in our life that we go through. We need to just always follow Him, because He guides us into truth. He doesn't guide us into lies and all these many other things that we shouldn't be in.
Right.
Now will you turn with me to Jeremiah chapter 33.
Amen.
I know a lot of you guys can quote this verse, but it says, in verse 3, it says, "Call on me, and I will answer thee, and show thee great and mighty things which thou knowest not." It says, all we have to do is call on Him, and He will answer us. It isn't very hard. We need to be patient, because everything's in His due time, and we need to just, because He's always going to answer us no matter what we do. We need to always just call upon Him, for He is the only way that we're going to get through our storms. And He ain't just going to show us things, He's going to show us great and mighty things, and which we know is not. And it ain't just these little things, but He's going to make so much better in our future, and we need to just trust in Him. And then, if you will turn with me to 1 Timothy chapter 6.
Bless the Lord.
And verse 11 through 12.
Amen.
Verse 11 says, "But thou, O man of God, flee these things and follow after righteousness,
Amen.
godliness, faith, love, patience, and meekness." We need to always follow after righteousness and godliness. We shouldn't be just thirsting after and hungering after all these worldly things, but we need to always be willing to give up some things. Once we're saved, God will put new friends in our life, and we need to take away those old friends that are bad.
Amen.
We should get out of the bad group, and we need to
Right. Thank you,
go
Lord.
in the way God wants us to go, and we need to follow after righteousness and faith and love and patience.
Yes.
We need to always love everybody, and we shouldn't be hating anybody. We need to always have love, and we need to follow after love. And for He is the Spirit of truth and love. And,
Right.
we need to just have faith in Him, no matter what we go through, and flee from the past things. Flee from no matter what we did in the past. We need to always thirst and go after these things. And then it says in verse 12, "Fight the good fight of faith, lay hold on eternal life, whereto thou art also called, and hast professed a good profession before me."
Amen.
We shouldn't just fight a fight of faith. We need to fight the good fight of faith.
Right.
We need to always fight a really good fight of faith, because if we don't put on the whole armor of God and put on the things that we need to put on when we go into a battle, then we're going to lose. And
Yeah.
without God, we're always going to lose, because God is the only way, and we need to always have God by our side no matter what we do.
Amen.
And always make sure He's in it.
Yeah.
And it says, "Lay hold on eternal life, whereunto thou art also called, and have professed a good profession before being witnesses." Once we're saved, we ain't just saved we ain't just for us. We need to go out into the world and witness to people.
Amen.
We need
That's
to
right.
be a lot of witness. We need to be, and just flee from the past, and God will give you a much greater future. Just remember that, and that's all I've got.
Bless your heart. Amen. Good job. Bless the Lord. Thank you, Father.
I want to say it's good to be in the house of the Lord again.
Amen.
Amen.
You all will turn to Matthew chapter 24. I'm going to be coming from verse 43. My title today would be The Thief. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. A lot of times in our life, if we knew the devil was coming, if we knew he was going to, if we knew he was going to attack us, if we knew he was going to take what we had,
Yep.
he wouldn't have got it. We would have prepared ourselves
That's right.
in order for him not to get in. In our lives, before the thief comes, any thief will study you and find out the best way to get into the house
Right.
and take whatever he wants to without being caught. And he does it without being seen by anybody. The devil knows your weaknesses. The devil knows what he can trip you up on. He knows what he'll make you fall on. But once you fall, you've got to get back up.
Amen.
Right.
But when you get back up, the devil reminds you, hey, look, you failed back here.
Yeah.
You failed. In your life, you failed way back here. Hold on. Forget about that. When the devil reminds you of
That's
your
right.
past, remind him of his future.
Amen. That's right.
In our lives, the devil will tell you, he'll tell you of your failures. He'll remind you of what you've done wrong in your life. But if you're reminded of something you've done in your past, that's not God telling you of what you've done in your past.
That's right.
The devil is trying to beat you up and make you trip up over yourself and
Yeah.
think, how could I have done that? If you've asked for forgiveness from God over that thing, it's not God telling you that you've done that wrong.
Amen.
That's right.
The devil will do anything he can to trip you up and do anything. when the thief comes, he comes when you least expect him, when you're not there, when you're not ready for it. The devil comes at any time most of the time that we get knocked down to our knees is when we're standing tall.
That's right.
You're standing tall and we're ready, and we're just going on for God, and the devil knocks you down. And then that's when you're at your lowest point. It's like I was so up here, but then I made one mistake and I tripped and fell.
Yeah.
And the devil, and the things he puts out in front of you don't always look that bad. Let's say by the outward appearance, it won't look that bad.
Right.
If a thief comes in the middle of the day, he's not going to look like a thief. He's not going to have a black suit on and a mask on. He'll look like a regular person.
Yeah.
He's not going to look like he's doing something wrong or people are going to catch him. But in the middle of the night, he has to wear that dark thing.
Sure.
And he comes in when you least expect him. When people see that and people are watching, when the outward appearance of whatever the devil sits out in front of you,
Yep.
that is what, it doesn't look that bad. And then you get into it and you realize, I shouldn't have done that. And then once you get past it, the devil will keep on reminding you. But every time, our God will help you through it. He'll pick you back up and say, come on. And He'll take you with Him. If you will, turn me to John chapter 10.
Bless Him, Lord.
We come to verse 10. It's a very familiar verse of Scripture.
Amen.
The thief cometh not for to steal, and to kill, and to destroy.
Yeah.
I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly. The devil wants nothing more than for us to stray from God. He wants nothing more than to trip us up and make us fail. But in verses 7 through 9, it says, Then said Jesus unto them again, Verily, verily, I say unto you, I am the door of the sheep. All that ever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them.
Yeah.
I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved.
Amen.
He shall go in and out and find pasture. The devil cannot be saved.
Lord.
So the only way that he can get to us is if we're out of the will of God. If we're in the will of God, he cannot get to us because God will protect you.
Yep.
But there are times that God tries us and tests our faith, like Abraham in Genesis. He asked Isaac to sacrifice his son. But God did not let him kill his own son. He was just testing his faith to see if he would go that far to please God. And in our lives, I'm glad that we've got a security system.
Yeah.
I'm glad we've got the ultimate security system protecting us. But a lot of times in our life, we don't need a security system. We don't think we need a security system until we've already been broken into. We don't think we need it until we realize we've lost it.
Yeah. Amen.
And there's no way that the devil can get through our security system. Because in verse 9 it says, I am the door if any man shall enter in, he shall be saved.
Right.
The devil can't be saved.
Amen.
And
Thank you, Lord.
that was done over with long, long time ago. God sent him into hell, and the devil does his best just to make us mad, to make us fail. He does anything he can to make God's people fail.
Right.
And everything in our life, I have a preacher in our church that says this. It says, when the devil reminds you of your past, remind him of his future.
Sure. Amen. Thank you, Lord. Amen. All right. Let's stand. Get an invitation.